We start where we have for the last 3 weeks, the Sewol-ho ferry disaster. Now, you won't find that many people willing to travel on one of their vessels, but the Korean government is making moves to revoke the business license of the operator of the sunken Sewol-ho ferry. For more details, we connect live to our Connie Kim, who has been following this story for us at our news centre. Connie, some will be asking why this has taken so long.
Right, Mark. Questions are sure to come up, but a little over 3 weeks after the sinking, the government is, like you say, trying to revoke the business license of the ferry operator, Cheongjin Marine Company. Now, this given all the recent findings that point to negligence on the part of the captain and crew of the Sewol-ho ferry. And 2 more witnesses told authorities earlier this Friday that the captain and the crew who were in the ship's steering room at the time of the accident did not fulfill their duties to help the passengers to safety.
Yes, I suppose, Connie, given the scale of the disaster, the investigation, also the government's response should be a measured one. Now, the search continues for the missing passengers. We're now into the 24th day of the search and rescue efforts. What's the latest on that front?
Well, Mark, 4 bodies were recovered on Thursday, with the confirmed death toll now standing at 273. Now, 31 people remain unaccounted for as of now. Operations are currently suspended, and tidal conditions are making it too dangerous for divers. But with things expected to ease up later today, rescue operations should resume in the next few hours or so. Divers will attempt to make a second complete sweep of the ferry's 64 cabins and compartments, which includes restrooms and a cafeteria. According to authorities Thursday, two-thirds of the high school students recovered were found within the 4th floor where the students' rooms were located. 90% of the deceased were found wearing life jackets, which means that if they had been instructed to get off the ferry, a lot more of them could have survived.
Yeah, I think that's probably the saddest part of this disaster for so many people, is the fact that with a responsible captain and crew, the loss of life wouldn't have been so unbelievably devastating. Now, how about the ongoing investigations? There was a big development that the CEO of the ferry operator has been arrested on multiple charges, and they include negligent homicide.
That's right, Mark. Kim Han-sik, the president of Cheongjin Marine Company, was arrested on Thursday, and the court will review the police request this morning. He's currently facing 3 charges, including negligent homicide and overloading the ferry with cargo. Now, the investigative team is trying to prove Kim knew about the vessel's problems, but continued operations regardless for the sake of profits. Now, they will also look into whether Kim talked to the crew on board the Sewol-ho ferry at the time of the accident to figure out whether he ordered rescue efforts. Also, with the past deadline for key figures related to Yoo Byung-eun, the former Semo Group chairman and practical owner of Cheongjin Marine Company, prosecutors are seeking to force them, including Yoo's second son, into Korea with the help of FBI after he failed to appear for questioning for the 3rd time.
And Connie, we understand that there was quite a lot of commotion between the families of the victims and Korean Broadcasting System, KBS, one of Korea's major broadcasters. Tell us about that.
Right, Mark. On Thursday, it was reported that Kim Si-kwon, the report bureau chief at KBS, said the number of people killed in the sinking is not that big when you think of the number of people who die in traffic accidents every year. Now, Kim's remarks angered the families of the victims, and they headed straight to KBS headquarters on Thursday to demand an apology from KBS and that the newsroom chief be fired.
We want to resolve this by having a conversation. You have no idea how long we've been waiting here.
After a 4-hour wait in front of the company, the report bureau chief failed to show up. Families then tried to move to the presidential office of Cheongwade, but they were blocked by police. Now, Park Jun-woo, the senior presidential secretary for political affairs, have reportedly started meeting with the relatives of the deceased. I will give you further updates as we get more, and that's all for now, but I'll be back after 2 hours for more updates.